Welcome to the Rhina King podcast.
I always had interest in acting, but that wasn't what I went to Nigeria for. I went to Nigeria to succeed, to become successful. I pretty much experimented with myself and put God to the test. First of all, you need to understand, fear is a feeling, not a fact. You know what I'm saying? Everything I ever feared never happened. If you fear something, you never go for it. So you never know if it's going to happen or not.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rhina, aka Rhina King, and today is a very special day. I'm super excited to have this special guest with me. He is an award-winning actor and producer. I want to present to you Mr. Nino. Hey Nino.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, it's an honor to be interviewing you today. So Nino, so initially when I want to interview you, I want to get a little glimpse of who you are outside of the camera. So I know that you were an accountant at some point in the United States, and then you transitioned to acting. What made you feel like acting was your thing, as opposed to just continue with?
Well, it didn't start with acting. It was more, when I was an accountant, I was always never really fulfilled. I figured there was more to life and more to me, and I needed to find my whys. You know what I mean? So I was driven by the American dream, sort of, but I wanted to, in turn, go in search of the African dream. You know what I mean? So I figured I just needed to go back to Africa, Nigeria, you know, specifically, and pursue my dream. So it didn't really start with acting. I always had interest in acting, but that wasn't what I went to Nigeria for. I went to Nigeria to succeed, to become successful, to find and discover and create myself. You know what I mean? And this is what I've become today.
Yeah, so for those of you guys who don't know, Nino was actually born and raised in Chicago, and then he went to Nigeria, I think, in 2010.
Thereabout.
And I think that's where he really started his acting career, I would say, and till where he is right now. Now, when it comes to acting, when it comes to anyone who is again in the creative space, they're very much in tune with themselves. Knowing, because getting into the industry can be very, some people describe it as tough. Not only that, is because sometimes they worry about like income, like am I able to make a sustainable income for my family at some point, or will there be doors for me? It's a leap of faith. So, you know, was there ever a point where you had that like doubt, or it's like what made you take that leap of faith or take that risk to jump into acting?
Well, I wouldn't say I jumped into it. For me, at first, acting was a way out.
Okay.
It was a way out of, like, you know, life situations, dark moments and stuff like that. It was sort of like a no beginning, you know what I'm saying? Because I have failed so many times in life, but people didn't realize I was failing forward. You know what I mean? So I failed my way to success pretty much. And I have a lot of belief, faith, and determination. I believe in God a lot. Like, I'm one of the biggest believers ever out there, you know what I'm saying? God is great. And I pretty much experimented with myself and put God to the test, you know. And like I said, I found God to be absolutely true and beautiful, man. You know. So it's been quite a journey. So many things led me to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the core vision was to discover myself in Africa.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Get back to the roots.
Exactly. I had done so many things and went through so many processes and failed at so many things until I got to acting. And it wasn't all easy and fun in the beginning. You know, it still not is, but I'm thankful for who I am today. But I started this back in 2015, should I say. And me being me, you know, I'm a go-getter. I never give up. I believe in myself strongly, and I believe in God. And I'm a man who always looks for opportunities. I don't take nothing for granted.
Right.
You know, so I'm a product of chances and opportunities that were never taken for granted. Yeah.
Okay, so for aspiring actors out there, for anyone who wants to do something that requires that push, or that for them to jump, or requires that leap of faith, what would you advise them? What advice would you give to them as far as like fear? Because fear has a way of, holding you back or protecting you or pushing you. So what advice would you give? How would you advise them to deal with that fear?
First of all, you need to understand fear is a feeling, not a fact. You know what I'm saying? Everything I ever feared never happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It never did. So if you fear something, you never go for it. So you never know if it's going to happen or not. So until you try. But a lot of people want the shine without the grind. You got to understand, you can't have a destination without a journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people, a lot of young cats out there need to know that you got to put in the work. There's no genie out there that's going to grant your wishes. Yeah. You got to put in the work, and you got to be very disciplined. You have to create and have those daily rituals that you follow. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And stay focused, have a purpose. Yeah. I've always been a purposeful person. I had a vision, I had purpose. I have my whys, which are the reasons that I never quit. Because every time, it's very hard. You feel me? But when I get to that moment, I pick up my Bible, I speak to God, and I always remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's my family. I remember my wife, my daughter, and my son, and everything that we've sacrificed to be here. Knowing that all the times that I haven't been at home with them, on this journey, and knowing that giving up just makes it a total waste. You know what I'm saying, of those times. So
that's good. Like giving up makes it a total waste. It's like all this while that you've been doing. Just because you feel does not mean that you can, you should just sometimes that extra push.
Exactly. The extra push. Now if I had stopped, I would have not only failed for me, I would have failed for the entire family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they wouldn't even have the opportunities that they have today. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But life is good now, you know what I'm saying? Because I pulled through and they pulled through with me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important. You got to have a purpose, man. A lot of people out here need to understand why they're doing what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Very, very key. If you don't understand why, then you're just going to give up at the first instant or first minute that you hit the blocks. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to say, look, I don't want to do this anymore. Right. But
I was just gonna say, you seem like someone who has like overcome a lot of doubt thoughts in your journey. Absolutely. When you just started, when you knew that, because I would consider you a successful person in your field of work.
Thank God.
As someone who is successful, in the beginning, those initial stages, was there ever a time where you visualized how you wanted your life to be like?
Oh, of course. That's always been a blueprint for me. Mm-hmm. Even before coming to Nigeria, I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew how I wanted my family to be. I knew the kind of woman I wanted to be with. So if you want the benefit of something, you also need to want the cost of it. A lot of people admire the look of success. They don't want to be successful. Yeah. Because it takes a lot. Yeah. And it gives, a lot. You know what I'm saying? And like I always tell people, you got all it takes, but it's going to take all you got. Yeah. So how much are you willing to give into it? You know what I'm saying? There is no special thing or anybody in this whole process. Look at Whiskey, look at Burna Boy, look at all the successful people you see out here have been through the same old pattern.
Yes. Any dark-skinned girl that ever felt unworthy or not beautiful enough, I'm here to tell you guys that forget society's standard of beauty. Your beauty is unique in its own way, and that's okay that you're not like everybody else. You just need to learn how to love your skin, love who you are, and the best way to show love to your skin is to take care of it and nourish it with the right ingredients. Chocolate Skin by Rhina uses all natural ingredients in their products. Honestly, it's the best thing I've ever created. So run out to our website, Chocolate Skin by Rhina, to grab you a body butter or body oil and enhance the beauty of your melanin.
With a successful king, there is a queen standing behind him, a supportive woman, because without that support, you wouldn't have that. I don't want to say the success you have because, but she definitely plays a role in your sanity.
Plays a significant role.
Can you describe this beautiful young lady for us so that us as young ladies, we want to know what a good example of that queen, to embody what a queen is like. So can you please describe her for us?
Well, my wife is a beautiful soul, man. She's an amazing human being. I couldn't even be here without her. to be honest, you know. But I wanted a woman who was going to support my dreams. A woman who, I knew the kind of man I was. You know, I figured, I knew I had those leadership, you know, traits and qualities. And I could cater and protect a woman and be, I could make a woman a queen. I remember when I met my wife, a couple of months after I told her, I'm gonna make you a queen one day. And today, I mean, everybody sees her as a queen, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a very intentional person, you know, and the key word here is being intentional about things you want in life, you know. I was intentional about the kind of character she had. My wife she's an introvert, you know what I'm saying? She's not out there, and, you know, she's a very solo person. And she's almost the total opposite of me. You know what I'm saying? So I knew, exactly, I knew I needed somebody like that, you know what I'm saying, who could have my back and hold me down anytime, because I'm always on the go, you know what I'm saying? And with the grace of God, you know, he sent her my way, and I locked that down. And you know, I had to just prove myself, being the kind of man that could hold a woman like that down and be submissive, you know what I'm saying? And being humble to being, I mean, doing everything that we have now.
Yeah, I love that. I am so grateful that you actually put time aside for me, and I hope to, you know, see you again in the future, and, you know, hopefully work with you again.
Sure, absolutely.
And, yeah. All right, folks, is there anything you want to shout out or say to the audience?
Oh, no, shout out to you, man. You guys got to watch her space, man. Like, you're an amazing young lady, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad, I'm honored, you know, and blessed to be doing this interview, because, you know, it's all about the gift and the blessings, and, you know, we sharing these blessings with each other, you know what I'm saying, and with the world. So you've given me an opportunity and a platform to put some of this out there. And I'm hoping somebody will hear it and see it and feel inspired as well. So thank you for that.
And thank you. Of course, my pleasure. Anytime.
Sure.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you in my next episode. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also follow us on Instagram. Bye, guys. So how do you feel about black mixed people becoming to be the face for black people? Let's say a movie is coming out and a biracial person is representing black women. How do you feel about that?
So, like,